Today I'm going to see if I can create a garden in my bedroom for $10 or less. So I'm starting with some just containers I found around. This is just a bottle that I'm cutting the top off of. Kind of hard to get started. There we go. Now, try to make sure my fingers are out of the way in case this slips. It's squishy. This isn't a great container. It's really small. But I'm hoping I can at least get something started in it, and then I can move it to a different container maybe after it gets going. When you're using found containers, sometimes you get what you get. Okay, I have a few other containers. This paper cup that I got something to drink in. And this solo cup somebody left around I found. And then this is like an Easter basket that I found in the thrift store for like 50 cents. So that one will be my main planter. Now this is, I'm going to poke some holes in the bottom of these. Just, there needs to be a way for the water to drain out so the roots don't like rot from too much water. So just poking a few holes, and then I need to make these a little bigger. So I just have a screwdriver, and I'm just getting them big enough that the water can really actually get out of there. And things can dry out a little bit as needed. All right, this one I want to get on the lowest part. Oh, this is really not working. I'll do that later. I don't want to make you guys watch as I figure everything out. This one should go smoothly. Again, I want to get the lowest part of it. Get the hole started with the nail. And now the screwdriver makes it bigger. It's okay if the holes are jagged on the edges, or even if it tears a little bit, doesn't matter. Now the big guy. No, I still want the nail. It kind of split. But again, doesn't really matter if I can get the hole in there. It's not really making a very good hole. This is a really different kind of plastic. So off camera, I tried some things. I used the box cutter to cut out some slits in here. They're really jagged, but it doesn't matter. I was worried that the dirt would fall out those kind of large holes in the bottom, so I put some small rocks in the bottom to help the dirt stay put, and maybe it'll help keep the roots from getting too wet. So now I'm going to take all of my little containers and get them prepared for the dirt. I went ahead and I bought some actual potting soil. You don't have to do that, but sometimes just dirt you get off the side of the road or out of a yard or something, it doesn't have very good nutrients, and it can also like be kind of like compact too much. And so if you can afford some potting soil, I think it's worth paying, $2 or $3 to get a little bag of soil, because your plants will just do a lot better. So I'm just using one of the small containers to scoop the dirt into this big one. If you do have to use dirt off the road, there are ways to improve like the nutrients or the ability for like air to move through it and it not to compact so hard that the seeds can't grow. There are YouTube channels that are really devoted to gardening, so I don't know a ton about that. I might give you bad advice, so I suggest you go look for that. Because I just decided, even though I'm doing a super tight budget, to go ahead and spend a couple bucks and get a little bit of soil. It's not super expensive, depending on where you are. Not everybody's going to be near a garden center. I had a farm store near me that had this soil. So once I get all of my containers filled, then I'll be ready to bring them inside. I set the containers on a cooking tray that I had that was extra, because when I water them, there'll probably be a little bit of water that comes out the bottom that I obviously don't want dripping on anything. I've set these containers on top of something by a window. It's really cloudy today, so hopefully they get a lot more sunlight on other days. So I bought some seeds here, carrots, lettuce, and some beets. I'm afraid these are going to be a little bit big. You have to make sure your stuff is going to grow small. Like you can't grow, pumpkins and corn and that kind of stuff. You got to pick little stuff. So carrots are supposed to grow pretty easy, maybe without the best sunlight. And if they don't grow very big, that's okay. I still get some. I'm checking depth. I think none of them go very deep. It's like half an inch or less. So I'm gonna put carrots in this teeny container. Again, I might move it to something else because this is I just didn't look long and hard for containers, except to grab the Easter basket when I saw it in the thrift store. I'm gonna put carrots in all 3 of these little ones because I just don't. The lettuce, I want to have more than a tiny bunch, and then the beets, it's a kind of a bigger thing, so it needs to have some space. I'm going to try putting them both in the same container here. So yeah, I'm got these itty bitty lettuce seeds. I'm planting more than one seed in each because, sometimes seeds just don't sprout or some grow better than others. So I put several carrot seeds in each of the cups, and then I'm putting quite a few lettuce seeds all in a row on one side of the container. And I just kind of make a trough and put them in there. And then on the other side of the container, I'll put these beets. And I've never planted beets before. Let's see what they look like. A lot bigger seeds. You could probably see the individual seeds. I'm sorry, this isn't like great lighting for you to see in detail, but you don't really need to. Just make the trough and I kind of spread the seeds out. I'll probably thin it so there's only 2 or 3 beets growing in here. And then I just cover the seeds up. Okay, now I put some water in this measuring cup. I'm just gonna give each one a little bit of water. I think, you hear all the time about make sure you water your plants, and of course people forget, and then your plants won't grow. But also don't overwater them. I've found that I'm more likely to kill a plant by overwatering it than not watering it enough. So these containers aren't very attractive to look at. I think creating some sort of planter box that hides them from the rim side would be nice. Maybe I'll do that in a short. Also, I'm not going to wait to post this until I have results, so you'll have to tune in later, and I'll try and post to tell you how this goes. Thanks for watching.